What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to Sideline Summit. I'm Antonio Perez, joined as always by Danny Coale, DC UPenn's finest, Chris Coulter, CB Coacher Boy. We got another great episode for you guys today. Week 1 in the NFL is officially behind us. It was an amazing opening weekend from Eagles Cowboys on Thursday night all the way to Bills Vikings on Monday night. We got a lot to talk about. Of course, this is the time of year where we take 1 week of football. We take a solid hour, 60 minutes of football and just completely overreact, throw our best guesses in the hat on how a season's going to look. And that's what we'll be doing today. Remember, if you're watching this on YouTube, leave a like, subscribe to the channel. If you're listening on audio, please leave a like, 5-star review, download the episode, anything to help push that algorithm. But let's get it to Danny for Summits and Plummets.
Yeah, I'm gonna start off with a plummet. So I have to get an MRI on my right ACL. I tore my left ACL about 2 years ago. I had surgery. Actually, it was almost 3 years ago when I tore it. Surgery 2 years ago, coming up on, and MRI on my right ACL for an injury that happened in March. Let's just say the preliminary feel is that very negative. Not a good feeling so far. I feel like the outlook is not great, but want to know. That's all that matters. Want to know in football.
Yeah, and the best part about your potential knee injury is why get surgery when you're about to run a marathon, half marathon or whatever.
What did Tomlin say? We do not care.
Nope. Are you running a half or a full?
Full, 26 miles. I ran a half like 2 weeks ago.
Where's that? The Philly Marathon or New York?
Philly, November 23rd.
Okay.
So we're about what?
November 23rd. If I happen to be off that day, I will meet you at the finish line. Of course, because I'm gonna beat you in the race, and I'll have some time on my hands. Maybe get us some water. Whatnot.
Goal is sub 4.
On all of us, me and Chris will meet you there, and we'll beat you to the finish line.
Sub 3 would be fantastic. But goal is sub 4.
How many gel packs are you keeping on you?
I'll probably take 4 during race day. It's not bad.
What's a gel pack?
Okay.
Nice.
Okay.
No,
it's like a little like a go-go squeeze.
Mm.
It's think of a miniature version of those, but they're packed with like carbs and a little bit of electrolytes to keep you pumping, avoid cramping. Nice little run pick me up. Yeah, they have them in like honey waffles kind of work or honey stingers kind of work the same way, but gels are just a little bit easier to.
Chris, the problem is you have to take them when you reach like a 7-mile threshold. So I usually take them before every run. Not to get into the running side of things, but
go ahead. I'm intrigued.
Every run over like 7 miles, you want to take one around halfway, and then before every run, I usually take one or just do a powder, which has carbs in it and electrolytes. Because my shortest runs are probably about 3 miles at this point.
Dang.
So
yeah, honestly, that's rare for you to be entirely honest. You were kicking it down the beach and still had to crank out 10 miles?
I did 13.1 miles down the shore.
Yeah, so you did a half marathon.
Dang.
Yeah, first time ever doing one. It was fun.
It's gonna be peak, man. Can't wait. Let's go to Chris for his summits and plummets.
It's been a minute since I've been able to talk to y'all, so I have a couple summits. I went to see Chris Brown, which was.
I woke up in Chris Brown's
the flu concert.
Yeah, the flu concert, bro. And I literally went to the concert and it got worse. Like on my way home.
You went to the concert and you made CeeDee Lamb wake up in Quentin Johnson's body.
But first and foremost, I was it was just funny seeing it happen. Cause I was like, bro, that's what the world is today. When I was watching them drop passes, I was just like, dang, tomorrow's gonna be hilarious. And that's the first thing I was thinking. Not that
tonight's gonna be hilarious.
Anything about that. I was just like, dang, tomorrow's gonna be hilarious. And I woke up and I seen that and I was cracking up.
And you live in Dallas.
But I've been trolling everybody. I've been trolling Cowboys fans, Bears fans, Chiefs fans, anybody who can get trolled, I'm trolling them. Because everybody, when the Ravens lost, I got so many calls. We'll get to that, but
that don't even matter. Because look, the Ravens lost in a respectable manner. They put up 40 and lost.
Well, Bears told me dead to my face their loss was better than mine. I said, "How y'all lost?"
Not. No, it's not.
Played a football game in the NFL before. Now they did have Justin Jefferson.
They lost to a rookie, man.
That's what I'm saying. But J.J. McCarthy looked good. He did look good. I'll get to that later. He looked good after he looked ass. I would say that he looked ass.
I love that CD. He was like he got the drops and he was just sitting there on his chest pads like.
I feel it. That boy
I did it.
All right, so the last one was crazy. I felt like that was like it's CeeDee Lamb, so you expect him to catch it, but like a drop. Yeah, it's technically a drop, but like that was a hard one. The other three, he should have caught.
Gotta be caught.
The fourth one, I was like, on fourth down, yeah, but it's like that was a difficult one.
Look, the last one is like missing an open 3-pointer. The other ones are like missing a layup.
I think the last was like missing a contested fadeaway game winner. Like if you're really good, you should probably still make it. You should still make it. But if you miss it, it's like if he hadn't dropped 4 already, I'd be like,
Yeah, and see, you guys are kind of comparing it to like bucket making. The way I've always looked at drops, this is for a receiver. I explained this to you guys was they're like turnovers for a point guard. Like if Brody goes out there and you know, we're looking at 25, 10, and 10. Yeah, that thing's filthy. But if he has 5 turnovers and one of them costs him the game, we're probably not looking at that like a super spectacular game from him.
Yeah.
And it's kind of the same thing with CD. Now I'm also going to turn around this basketball season and tell you when Cade Cunningham has 9 turnovers, it really doesn't matter. But because it's Cade, who cares?
What Drake say about Cade?
As a star in the NBA, I think if you have less than 5, I think you did really good in the sense of how much you have the ball, how much is being sent at you. Like if you like if you look at turnovers every season, outside of Chris Paul because he's a maniac, every good player averages about 3.5 for the most part.
I go by the Steph rule. Steph always said if for every turnover over his past his third one, he owes his mom like money or whatever.
Yeah,
that's I think when you get to 4 turnovers, you're like,
I feel like 4 is okay. I feel like 3 is where you want to be, but 4 is okay. When you get like to 6, I think 6 is the number where I'm like, 5 is ugly, but 6 is like.
Also, kind of depends on the player you are too. Like Chris Paul has 5 turnovers, bro. That's
crazy.
That's genuinely a sign to hang him up because you don't do that.
Yeah.
Same with like Halliburton. And like Halliburton does not turn the ball over.
Yeah.
Now like LaMelo. All right, LaMelo got 5 turnovers. Okay, we're having a pretty good game.
Probably looking good.
We're having a great day.
Probably got 9 threes.
Like Prime Russell Westbrook. Oh, we only got 4 turnovers. Oh yeah, this is nice. This is great,
bro. If he had 4 turnovers going into the third quarter, I was like, you know what, this is looking good.
Yeah, because he probably has 35, 12, and 15 to go along with it. And they're down 1 because that's how the Thunder used to operate. So
them boys out there running. I'm gonna get to my last.
Respect Jeremy Lamb, man.
I'm 2K legend. I'm a pass. I'm gonna go to my summit, but I do want to say the Thunder do deserve not to see anything nice because they were running lineups with Oladipo, Roberson, Thabit, and Sabonis, and then it was
to beat.
But when I tell you I'm not lying, I was like, brother, yeah, this ain't. And then Eric Maynard, VCU legend, by the way. He should not have been on that court as much as he was after KD left. But that's just me. My last that's my first summit that I had another one in my head, but I forgot it. Oh, kind of a summit. I canceled my Dallas Mavs season tickets. I know that sounds crazy. Why would it be a summit? The only reason I canceled my tickets was because my rep is terrible. He is actually terrible. He does not help me do anything, so I canceled my tickets. I would think about getting back in possibly, but maybe not. And then, I wouldn't even call. I'm just gonna keep it at summits. I don't have any plummets. Life is good enough. Oh, the one plummet I have, I did miss 3, like almost miss. I missed what I missed. I couldn't play yesterday in the playoff game because I was sick. So
are you still sick?
Yes, bro. I'm still sick.
I can hear it.
And my team lost. So there's that.
They lost because you're not there. I'm not gonna do that.
Yeah, no, that's exactly what I told him. I literally said y'all lost because I wasn't there. But funny enough, last time I was there, we played that team. We still lost. So maybe I was the good luck and the kryptonite. But yeah, I'll keep it at that so we can move forward. My bad, I was chatting. Excuse me.
No, you're good at that. You talk for a little bit longer, even though Bean is still kind of crying. But whatever, we'll keep it pushing. Yeah, I mean, I guess I'll say Summit is I don't want to say football is back because that's like so super cliche. I'll say Eurobasket's been pretty fun. I'm not gonna act like I've watched like a ton of it, but seeing guys, still put in the work over the off season. I heard Marketing had that huge upset against Jokic in Serbia, so that was pretty cool. Luka's been killing it, of course. And then if I had to go with a plummet, we'll go double Summit. The Phillies got like a big win against the Mets. That was like very, very much needed. It'd be really cool if they could just win the series against them this week, but that was a much needed win after the series they had against them like a couple weeks ago, because that was sad. That was very sad. That was a really good game. I think Rangers on the mound tonight. So, yeah, I'm excited. I mean, Trey's hurt, and I think Bohm's out for at least another week or so. So hopefully they can get healthy by October. But looking like they're going to wrap up the NL East for sure.
Looks like Bohm's out 10 days. Trey's on a hamstring strain, looking like to come back the week before the playoffs, probably 2-3 weeks.
Yeah, as long as Trey can get like some ramp up games, I'm not mad at it. Like, 2 or 3 games to just get himself back into the swing of things. He's one of those players, like, if he is, does some rehab at the end of the year with I mean, I don't know if they'll send Trey Turner to Lehigh Valley. I mean, they sent Bryce there, so maybe they will. But I mean, if he got like 3 games with him, I could drop him in the playoffs and expect him to be perfectly fine. He's just that talented of a player.
His diff.
And the Met killer is already on his best behavior today. It's Castellanos 2 RBI double, take the lead.
Appreciate that from Castellanos, but
something bad might be happening if Castellanos is getting hits. Something bad might be happening. So clutch.
Yeah, it's hashtag his health.
Man, his nickname is Nicky Two Bags, man, for a reason. doubles only.
But
Phillies
let's get into these.
8, 11, and 15 respectively for making the postseason division and then the first round bye. They're 4 games up on the Dodgers for that first round bye. And they have a series out in LA starting next Monday, where they could make some impact on that.
All right. Well, let's get into these week 1 overreactions. We can of course start on Thursday with the Cowboys and Eagles. Basically how this works, all of us are gonna bring an overreaction to the table for every single team. We'll go over each of them. It's pretty simple. I know last year I brought them to the table and they told me whether it was an overreaction or not. This time we all got one for every single team. Obviously, we will not be taking 5 to 10 minutes on every team, but yeah, let's get into it. What team do we want to start with?
Eagles.
Start with the Eagles. All right.
First game
Chris, what's your overreaction for the Philadelphia Eagles?
The overreaction for the Philadelphia Eagles is a Jalen Carter thing, and I'll tell y'all why. I've seen a lot of fans just Jalen Carter back at it again. Blah 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 blah. No, let's watch the tape. Someone spit in his direction. Now, did he have to spit on Dak Prescott? Probably not. As Butter said, that was nasty. Let's not do that again, though.
Charge that thing up. That was
that had Flim in it. That had Flim in it for sure. That was like one of my spits right now. That was one of those. I think people are just acting really, the way they are to it because of his history. But at the end of the day, bro, if somebody spits towards you and says something to you, you're going to have a reaction. Now, could he have had a better reaction? Yes. And I think at the end of the day, the reason why I'm calling it an overreaction is because the Eagles still won the game. At the end of the day, they did still win the game. No matter what happened, no matter if CD forgot his hands at home, no matter what, they still won the game. And you get off with him not even having another suspension game. He gets to play against the Chiefs. I think just roll with that. And I think you don't try to make it to Jalen Carter's character issues are coming back or anything like that. I think you just let it be something that shouldn't have happened and you move forward from it. That's my
opinion. So you're chalking this up. Go ahead, Danny.
They just won their game without arguably the second best player on their team.
That's what they should be focusing on. That's what I would say. I will focus on that. I will focus on the fact we still won without. No, what you about to say? Tell them my fault.
Okay, so I was gonna say is basically you're taking an overreaction you've seen, and you're like, not really no. Okay, I like that point of view.
Because I was seeing stuff like, is Jalen Carter just not mature enough? Is he ever going to mature? I'm like, bro, think about it. If someone says something wrong to you, they don't have to spit to you. They say something wrong to you, you're going to want to do something. Now, again, like I said, we all wish he would have handled it differently. But let's not act like he just went up there like, hey, Dak Prescott, how you doing? And spit on him. That's not how it happened. So I think that's how people are reacting to it because of his quote-unquote history. But I think at the end of the day, they should be focusing on what Danny said, them still winning the game without Jalen Carter and Jalen Carter not missing any additional games.
I can get with that. Danny, what's your overreaction for Philly through 1 week?
I mean, I don't know if we have to stay in Philly.
I mean, we're talking about the Eagles right now, so yeah.
I guess my overreaction is that their passing game isn't good. That's just not true. If you look at their passing game, it clearly moved the ball. Just because AJ Brown and Devontae Smith didn't get the most catches or weren't targeted as primary receivers, they have other people. Saquon Barkley was used out of the flats probably more than he ever was last year. Like Saquon was making jumping catches on the sideline, which I don't hate seeing Saquon Barkley carries behind the line. I mean, touches behind the line of scrimmage as a receiver. I think getting the ball to your best player, yes, he's the best player on their team. More is never a bad thing.
So y'all, okay. So the way y'all are taking it, y'all are calling out overreactions that you've seen and breaking them down. Because the way I was going to do it, I have I have genuine overreaction for them.
Let's hear yours. I mean, I have different types.
Mine is if Adoree Jackson has to see time in a playoff game, the Eagles will not be making it back to the Super Bowl.
I have someone else.
I've tried to give him the grace of, okay, the 2 times I've seen him, it's been against Jamar Chase and CeeDee Lamb. But he gets his hips turned way too easily and way too soon. And honestly, any decent route runner can have their way on Adoree Jackson. So I think the Eagles really need to look into getting Ja'Cory Bennett a lot more reps. I know he had a really handsy pass interference, but I think otherwise, I thought he looked fine in his limited reps. I don't really know why they didn't go to him a lot sooner. That could have helped out. And
Keely's coming home, unfortunately.
Keely's not much better. I think the answer has to be Bennett. For me, at the very least.
I saw Eagles fan complaining they didn't trade for Jalen Ramsey at this point too.
I mean, how are we gonna get Jalen Ramsey, dog? Like, we didn't have Minkah Fitzpatrick. We don't have one of those to just give up. So
CD Gardner Johnson, I guess, technically did.
I do have one more overreaction. Josh Uche will be good.
He's very good. He's always been very good.
He's going to be very, very good. Last year was a fluke. He's going to be good. He's been
very good and generated high pressure rates for a long time in New England.
Yeah, he did. He developed a lot of pressure this past game. No sacks, but you know,
he's a pressure guy.
Someone else eventually has to get a pressure too. 2 pressures usually equal a sack. So
yep.
But let's talk about the Cowboys. Do we just want to go serpentine on this? I'll go first, and then Cowboys run game is all the way back, in my opinion. I really like what I saw from Javonte Williams. I mean, in the second half, it got pretty brutal. I'm just going to assume that's because the Cowboys ended up having to really, put the ball downfield unless they were going to lose. But I was really a fan. I was really a fan of what he was able to do. Obviously, no Carter, but then again, you're also probably not going to see a defensive line as scary as Philadelphia's. I mean, within your division, probably, but otherwise, yeah, I think he might be a little poised to have a good year. And if I did have another one, I guess I don't really know where to take this because I'm not going to sit here and say Dak's going to make an all-pro team, but Dak was very good. That's just a basic analysis that I want to throw out there. Not really an overreaction, but yeah. So Danny, what's your overreaction that you have or want to debunk about the Cowboys so far?
My overreaction is going to be that defensive line is going to be okay without Micah Parsons. I like that.
I do like that one.
And
I do like that.
This is an actual. It also follows the way that me and Chris say. I think they will. For whatever reason, I don't know how, but they've generated pressure. Their D-line looks solid. They looked like they actually moved the Eagles' offensive line back often. I know it's week 1 and there might be some coordination, but they played. Most of the Eagles' O-line has played together before. It's not like they're learning how to play together again.
Mm-hmm.
The Cowboys' D-line was out physically and just beating the Eagles' O-line a lot of the second half. And that's why the Eagles' offense stalled in the second half. I mean, the reality is guys like Sam Williams and Kenny Clark up front and Overshown even had a decent game. Like, there's just plenty of players that you look outside of Micah Parsons, you're like, wait, if we played Parsons, we'd actually have a really, really good edge room.
Yeah,
so,
that is.
I mean, I get it. Like, if you feel like your edge room's great, you don't want to pay a guy $50 million. But at the same time, like, pay the guy that is the top 3 edge rusher in the league. So, yeah. I'm not saying. Look, they might have won the Micah Parsons trade. You don't have to pay a guy $50 million. You get 2 firsts and a really solid nose tackle. That's a pretty decent deal.
I'll definitely be coming back to that because when we get to the Packers, the Bears.
I don't think it's a slam dunk. It's not a slam dunk win for the Packers. It's an
overreaction. I'll say that, but that's what we're here for. So, Chris, what's your overreaction for Dallas?
It's legit the exact opposite of what Danny said. I think the overreaction is that the Cowboys' defensive line will be okay without Micah Parsons. I don't think so. And the reason I say that is because I think the first game, everybody has that juice. We got to prove that we're good without Micah Parsons. We can do this. And also, nobody talks about a couple injuries, even though he played on the Eagles' offensive line. There's a couple injuries out there. So it wasn't the offensive line we'll see in week 10, hopefully everybody, staying healthy. So I think a lot of that was just juice off of trying to prove people wrong that they won't die without Micah Parsons. But I think when we look at about week 7, week 8, they'll be dying pass rush wise without Micah Parsons. And I think that'll be what'll come back and bite them. So that's my thing. That's my overreaction, that they will be okay without Micah Parsons. I don't believe so.
I can see both point of views. Because they traded for someone like Kenny. He was really good in run support, and they kind of did a good job on limiting Saquon. If they couldn't get to Jalen Hurts for the life of them for like 4 quarters of football or 3 quarters of football, Jalen Hurts was torching them on the ground. So that's going to be a problem. I can see both though. I can see both. But regardless of how it goes, I don't know if I'll ever see them winning that trade with how the Packers looked. Let's go to Kansas City versus Los Angeles Chargers in Brazil, São Paulo, the annual Friday game. Let's start with the losers here because this one's huge. Kansas City Chiefs. Chris, what is your overreaction for the reigning AFC champs?
That they don't need to add another wide receiver, because I've been seeing that as well. I think they do 100%. Rashee Rice being out, Marquise Brown hands being in his back pocket permanently. Juju Smith-Schuster probably being a best receiver probably won't work for long term. No matter if it is TikTok Juju back in Pittsburgh, I don't think that's going to be enough. So I think they do need to make a move. And we see the reunion that could be brewing with Tyreek Hill, but they need something. And I think that is important because I think Mahomes looked good, in my opinion. I think he looked good. I think he's missing a guy he can rely on. Like Thornton, I think he tried to hit Thornton maybe 4 or 5 times. I think they connected maybe once. But he connects on 2 of those, they may win this game. You know what I'm saying? It's just little things. And I feel like having a real X, even it doesn't have to be the best guy, but it has to be somebody he can rely on. Like what DeAndre Hopkins was supposed to be for them before he literally was washed until he caught 1 ball against the Bills. Like literally that type of guy. That's my only thing. Because Mahomes can't do it with anybody, but I don't think you should force him to do that if you don't have to. That's my thing. So that's why I say that's my reaction.
I like that. I do like that.
Imagine Cortland Sutton over there. Just imagine. It would give me nightmares as a Ravens fan. I would hate it. But just like
Cortland Sutton might be the first to ever touch 2K. Mahomes will throw to him so much.
You kidding me? You see what I'm saying? Like just a guy you can rely on. And then you use Marquise No Hands Brown and you use Rashee Rice when he gets back. You use these guys as more so skill guys in the sense of not having to be like work them into a conglomerate of an X receiver, like using them all as one. You have your guy and you have your speedsters. I think that will work better for them. I think they need to not put Patty in a position to be Superman if he doesn't have
to. You are muted, fam.
My bad. But my overreaction is that this Chiefs team will win 0 playoff games if the defense does not improve.
We're predicted a 1 and done for them. I'm not mad. Hey, we're here for overreaction.
Very bad. This is the worst Mahomes defense that we have seen in his career so far. And I'm talking about players. I'm talking about pressure, Chris Jones is aging. He did not look good. Things need to change. Leo Chanel and Nick Bolton can't carry defense to a Super Bowl. Mahomes can get you a playoff win. I think the defense legitimately, Mahomes would have to put up the amount of points he did against the Texans that first time in order to win. Genuinely think this defense is as we saw on last Friday, is a bottom 5 unit output wise in the league.
I'm not mad at that. And to combine that, like usually these Mahomes teams where the receivers are really bad, they're able to win because the defense is good, and then Mahomes can do what he has to. But if the defense isn't good and Mahomes can't do what he has to, it gets difficult for sure. I'm not mad at that one.
No disrespect. If we look at the last 2 times the Chiefs went out there and played, they've been up a combined 70 points in the Super Bowl and then Black Friday.
Yeah, they put up a lot of points in the last 2 games.
And let's be honest, Mahomes hasn't, like we said this for his reasoning for why he could win MVP. It could be his crutch as well. The last time he put up 40 touchdowns in a season was 3 seasons ago now. He hasn't done it in a long time. And is it his fault or is it Matt Nagy's fault? We don't know. But
I'm always ready to blame Matt Nagy.
I would say I don't know if we can walk out of saying I don't know. I think we can clearly tell it's not Patrick Mahomes' fault.
Yeah, Patrick Mahomes is a freak. I'm not saying he's not good, but I think the reality is this Chiefs team could wind up in the wild card for the first time in Patrick Mahomes' career.
Yeah, I can't be mad at that. My overreaction will be.
Also, they're starting the season 1-3.
Huh?
They're starting the season 1-3, by the way.
I won't say that.
They had the Ravens and the Eagles in the first 3 weeks.
Again, I won't say that because the Ravens' glorious history of beating the Chiefs is just so giving me so much confidence. But I think my overreaction will be that the Chiefs' biggest downfall, truthfully, will be their run game. Isaiah Pacheco has gotten this love from NFL fans because he runs like he's mad at the world and he stomps the ground. The truth is he's a bad running back. Okay,
I agree. He's so bad.
It's just flat out. He's a bad running back. He doesn't. He has to take everything up the middle. He doesn't see the outside gaps. He doesn't trust his receivers blocking for him. Seemingly, it was really glaring on one where he got an outside run. His receiver was just all he had to do was just block the corner. He's 1-on-1 with the safety. And the only thing stopping Isaiah Pacheco from getting in the end zone is the safety. And 9 times out of 10, he's just going to run him over. And he didn't do that. He ran into a pile of dust, and I don't think they ended up scoring on that drive. So
I saw a Chiefs fan say, I wish we had a running back like James Cook.
Yeah, if they had James Cook, they would be one of the elite quarterback running back duos immediately in the NFL. I think another overreaction. I don't want to put this on Taylor Swift or anything. Travis Kelce is kind of dumb. You learn how to run a drags concept when you're in middle school. You high five the dude running across from you. It's that simple. Or you're at 4 and 6 yards. It's that simple. And you just put your best offensive weapon out for 6 weeks. He's day to day. He's day to day. If he doesn't want to re-injure it, he'll be out for 4 to 6 weeks. But he probably won't. But regardless, you put your number one receiver at risk. And then there was another one where he was running a drag again, and Derwin James got his hands on him a little bit, and he just didn't run through the route. Mahomes threw it, and he's like, "Why run for the ball? What are you doing?"
Touchdown! It's in the red zone.
It was a walk-in touchdown. You ended up getting off of Derwin James. You just weren't running full speed. So, not sure where his head is at. He also headbutted Jawan Taylor for being offsides. I was like, okay, that's not really positive reinforcement, man. I mean, I don't love Jawan Taylor either, but that's just not the way to go about it. That one time where he shoved Andy Reid, I'm like, okay, that's really not the way to go about it. You're not going to sit here and shove a Hall of Famer. That's crazy. Even if you are one yourself, even if you're debatably the greatest ever to at your position, that's nuts. So I guess that will be my 2. Run game's not back. Travis Kelce needs to. And again, I'm not pinning this on Taylor Swift because he's a grown man and makes his own choices, but he needs to lock in. So
I agree.
Let's get to this Sunday slate though.
I want to start the Sunday slate.
You want to start the Sunday? Just stay in the 1 o'clock though, if you could.
It's a 1 o'clock slate, and it's
Okay.
the worst game of the week. And I think these Miami Dolphins will be picking in the top 3 of the draft next year, and I think they get one of those quarterbacks. I think they blow up the team, and Tua Tagovailoa is off the team.
Yeah, mine was relatively similar. Mine was this will be Tua's last season as a starting quarterback.
It should be as a quarterback, honestly, and not even because he's not good anymore. I just don't think if he's going to be
like
a backup,
medically retire.
Yeah, it's not even worth risking it if you're not even going to be a starter every time. Yeah, opinion.
Like if you out there on some all pro stuff, like all right, yeah, it's cool. But if you're just going to be out there, brain damage and cheeks, bro, just hang it up.
Just chill. Yeah, mine is pretty much the same, bro. I don't have much difference. So I don't want to spend too much time on it, but just the Dolphins look really bad. And you know what I think? I think Bill Parcells said it the best, in my opinion. They look like they could give a F less about their coach personally, like in the sense of
he vaped on the sidelines, dude. I can't taking that coach seriously
or doing stuff like that. Like when Bill Parcells said, I don't think they care. I don't think they care to necessarily, because you know you have some teams that play for their coach, or like they'll go out and die for it. No, I don't see that. I'm not going as far as Bill Parcells and they don't respect him, but I don't think they have any fight that comes from him in the sense of he's obviously not the rah-rah type of guy. I'm not saying that, but I don't know. I don't like the connect or lack of connection. It seems like, obviously I'm not there, from team to coach. I think every other coach has had like, you know, moments with players like, you can tell they rock with him. I haven't seen that. Not just this year, but like this year, apparently, even though he was getting blown out, nobody looked like they really cared for real. Like outside of Tyreek Hill in the first quarter, nobody looked like they cared. And that's just weird to me for professional football players. Professional athletes, I wouldn't say, because some basketball players, I know they can care less. I know that. I know.
NBA players do not care about their head coach.
They don't care. They like Stephen A. Smith said.
Like that's what like the Celtics are a special situation because they do love Joe Mazzulla. Like
Rockets,
JJ Redick is a special situation, but like otherwise, dude.
The Rockets, you can tell they rock with Ime. Like
Rockets love Ime.
But other than that, and I would say the Magic and Mosley. I think
Magic got something good going over there.
So, but if you tell me right now that any Suns coach over the last 4 years had anybody on the Suns care about them, or the Nets, that's a joke. They look like the Nets. The Dolphins look like the Nets.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it.
Yeah, so
complete no man's land. I am very, very intrigued with Danny's Zins over Nick Stick take, but because it's really the same thing, but you can hide one, but you can't hide putting in one. You will be caught.
Yeah, but one is like pure chemicals into your lungs. One is just like in your bloodstream.
Bro, they do the same thing. Get you a little buzz, and you go about your day. Like at that rate, I'd rather my coach just bust out a cigarette. Like that would have aura. That would at least have aura.
Yo, you know John Madden used to.
Mike Ditka, they used to smoke them squares on the side.
Come on, bro. You mean to tell me if Jim Harbaugh was cranking out a cigarette while celebrating with Justin Herbert after a touchdown, that's not lit? Like, come on.
Yeah, good thing you said the right person. Because if John Harbaugh busts out anything,
no.
If he busts out anything but
anything but an apology, that's crazy. But yeah, I guess for the Colts,
Daniel Jones, man.
Well, yeah, let's keep it short. Daniel Jones, Geno Smith season. How about it?
Yo, what if the Giants were the reason Daniel Jones was so bad?
It could be.
Man,
what if he was so bad in New York? He's having his Sam Darnold season. He went to the Vikings, sat behind Sam Darnold, learned, how do you get disrespected by a New York team, and then go bounce back.
I guess another overreaction could be it's tombstones for Anthony Richardson in Indy.
Yo, he's done.
Yeah, but I don't know. Do we have any other overreactions about the Colts? There's a couple games I kind of just want to get out real quick because we definitely got some bangers to talk about.
Nah,
yeah, I don't have any.
All right, let's go. Commanders, Giants. What's your Giants overreaction?
That they don't need to put Jackson Dart in. Play him now. You might as well. Because Russell Wilson
I
thinks
agree.
he's Jackson Dart anyway. He does. He looks up for 2 seconds. People come, not about to run. And I think that's what a rookie quarterback would do. So you might as well throw Jackson Dart to let him at least get some chemistry with Malik Neighbors.
My overreaction is
yeah,
that Russ.
I would agree. I think a first-round quarterback should always be playing on day one. That's just me.
That Russ Madden play style is done. The touchdown or nothing. Nothing. It's all nothing now. There's no touchdowns.
Yeah, and I basically I agree with you guys. So we can just jump to the other side of this. Washington Commanders. My overreaction, and surely this has nothing to do with fantasy football, but Bill Krosky-Barrett, the truth. That kid's good.
That is not a lie. He's a very good football player. He got real speed and real moves. I like that kid.
My overreaction is that the Commanders' downfall will be their offensive line.
I can see that.
I can see that as well. I don't think they improved enough there to
What's their biggest improvement with Josh Connerly. I mean, he didn't look good.
I totally get you for sure. Let's go to Cardinals Saints. Cardinals Saints. Let's start Cardinals.
MHJ and K1.
It's Marvin Harrison Jr.'s year.
It's starting.
It's time.
It's time. Starting. That's my overreaction.
Is easily the best chemistry that they have that they've had for sure.
I need to see him connect one time. That's all I need to see. I'm in.
He really dished the ball out well. I would say 5 for Harrison, 6 for McBride, and then a bunch of other guys getting 1. I mean,
yeah, Kyle looked good.
Yeah, taking what he could get.
My biggest overreaction is going to be that this defense is much improved. They got the pieces that they need. Will Johnson's coming down. He killed Chris Olave. Rest in peace. Sorry, Chris Olave.
That was crazy. Yo, hey, so why your man Spencer Rattler throwing them hospital balls straight out the backfield? Why are you doing
that? That's not even his fault.
Okay, if the play design calls for a bubble, he has no choice but to throw that thing. The receiver's got to block. Sometimes the receivers make it a hospital ball, whether they drift, whether they don't block. Like, at some point, dude,
Chris, those receivers vacated the safety that was in front of him and went to go block the linebackers, bro.
My first
absolutely ridiculous.
Was with the TikTok editor. But I dropped my phone laughing because it literally sounded like that was the sound when he hit Chris Olave. It's not funny because he's hurt, but that was terrifying. That was terrible. So loud.
My week 1 overreaction is Will Johnson might be the defensive rookie of the year. The only real issues was like the knee thing, bro. He looks amazing. He looked so good.
Steal the drift. Max Melton.
Him and Max Melton could easily be one of the best corner duos in the NFL.
Max Melton, the second best cornerback in his family, though.
Are you talking about Pops?
No, it's talking about Bo Melton, bro.
Oh, right. Yes. Let's talk about the Saints. This obviously won't take long. Y'all know my overreaction.
Don't you even mention it. Don't you even mention it.
Game on the line. He put it in the only spot Juwan Johnson could get it over 200 yards. Started 0 for 2, wasn't phased. Put them in a position to tie the game. Juwan Johnson's just a bum.
11 targets.
I'm afraid we got something with Rattler, guys. I've seen enough. Hey, look, he's younger than Shuck. There's more to work with. He's clearly a much better arm talent. I like what I saw. And his week 2, his first NFL victory is about to be on a silver platter. The Niners are more beat up than the my leg guy from SpongeBob. All right. Danny is healthier than the dudes on that roster right now. It's on a silver platter. Rattler first win coming this week.
It's not Rattler's fault that they're going to lose, but they're going to. And it's going to be so disgusting how it happens. It's going to be 13-10.
Oh, my God. Not his fault with the Rattler agenda. Yes. This is greatness. This is great. Yeah, that's my overreaction, though. Good.
My reaction is that the Saints are actual NFL football. No, I'm joking. They need to get all the old guys out of there right now. That's my overreaction right now because you're wasting their time in the last of their football ability. Alvin Kamara is still him. He's still a guy.
Cam Jordan got ungood a week. He had like 2 sacks.
Yeah, again, let Cam Jordan go. Cam Jordan play some meaningful football if he wants. He might want to retire Saint. It's up to him. But the older guys that are there, if they want to be free them. That's my only thing. Because this team, no matter how much I do like FaZe Swag, no matter how much I do like him, they're going to win 3 games max. So I want all the older guys to get out of there. That's my overreaction.
Yeah. Danny, do you have one for New Orleans?
I don't really have one for New Orleans. I couldn't catch the game for that Steelers game. It's not much, but I kind of agree with Chris on the logic behind getting rid of the older guys. Look, Kamara is going to be Alvin Kamara. You kind of move on and go give these young guys a shot. Kendra Miller, welcome home.
Rasheed Shaheed, you ready to learn handoffs in the backfield. You are DJ Moore. Get ready to learn it.
Yeah. Let's go on to what was another little bit of a snooze fest. I mean, Bengals Browns was a little bit of a snooze fest. Let's talk about the Bengals. What's our overreactions?
My overreaction is the offensive line is still an issue. It is. Zach Taylor can't call plays, and Zach Taylor is the reason the Bengals will make the playoffs.
Ooh, dang.
My overreaction isn't exactly with the Bengals. I guess you could say it's about Burrow, but the best 4 QBs in football all played each other this weekend. And spoiler, Joe Flacco isn't one of them, so it means Burrow wasn't one of them either.
Wait,
there's my
you
overreaction.
think Dak's not 4?
No, I'm saying Herbert versus Mahomes and Allen versus Jackson. The top 4 quarterbacks in football played against each other this weekend. Oh, I don't think I ever gave a Chargers overreaction. Okay, I'll just state it right now. My overreaction is that version of Herbert is the guy that I can see in Allen Lamar combos. But
and that version of Quentin Johnston, that's the guy who I've wanted to draft over Rashad Bateman, not the other bird.
That's who I saw. That's the version of Quentin Johnston that I've been seeing the last few years.
That's who I was pissed we drafted Rashad Bateman over. Or was it Zay? One of the two. I was pissed. I wanted Zay. I wanted Quentin Johnston so bad. And a year later, I was like, thank God we drafted somebody with hands. But that guy, the one who switched bodies with CeeDee Lamb, that was the one I wanted.
You can't be mad about Zay Flowers.
Yeah. Oh, I love Zay. He's my guy.
I like Zay Flowers.
And he got that Tyreek Hill mustache right now. He's turned.
Chris, you got one for the Browns or the Bengals? Sorry.
Yes, blow the team up, send Jamar to the Ravens. No, outside of that, I don't know, man. I don't know. They just don't move me, and I think the overreaction was more so on Chase Brown being the second most important weapon on that offense outside Jamar Chase. That's my overreaction. I love T. Obviously, I think T's he is the best wide receiver 2 in my opinion. Him and Devontae Smith. That's my personal opinion. But I think Chase Brown's going to be more important. You know what T's going to give you, but I think Chase Brown could be like that X factor for them, just because he can catch out the backfield. You saw him get a touchdown. I like Chase Brown a lot, and I think he showed that he can easily be the second most important, not best, but second most important weapon in this offense, in this version of the Bengals offense. I'll say. That's my reaction.
Let's go to the Browns. My quick overreaction for them is it might take a little bit longer to see Gabriel or Sanders. I don't know if either of them got the rip it mentality that Flacco is, but hopefully one of them do develop that.
Flacco's interceptions were not fully his fault. His receiving room dropped. The receiver dropped a ball on the money drive.
Well, I mean, I'm not really worried about the intercept. He's going to turn the ball over at this rate. It is what it is. I'm just talking 45 passes is yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. Nothing else on the Browns? We just want to move on?
My reaction, and it's my genuine take, Myles Garrett is head and shoulders better than any other defensive player in the league.
I think that's something I can easily agree with.
It's not ridiculous.
I think I used to think TJ was better. I think TJ was better at some point. Right now, Myles Garrett is head and shoulders above everyone.
One of the last snooze fests we'll talk about from the 1 p.m. slate, Jags, Panthers. Overreaction for the Panthers. Mine is that wide receiver room is still pretty bad. Your rookie being your wide receiver 1, as talented as he may be, is not the end-all be-all fix. I've witnessed it firsthand when Devontae Smith came to town and Quez Watkins and Jalen Reagor were his running mates. So, yeah. that's it kind of affects Bryce's Leach because this is supposed to be the improved wide receiver room, but there's clearly still only one guy that's winning on a consistent basis all the way through the catch point.
I think my overreaction is that Xavier Lee actually can still play football. Like, I know it's been a year. People wrote him off after a year. He might suck. He actually he might suck. But I'm not saying it yet, just because it's only been a year. And Depends on only playing good football for about 6 games last year. So I'll give him until the end of this year until I say he can't play football. He has had some rough ones. He's looked rough. But that's my overreaction, that he can still play football. I know that sounds crazy for NFL, but yeah, I think he's still can.
Receivers, it's a lot easier to tell when it's over, in my opinion.
It's never over.
Oh, it's over. Danny, what about you?
Overreaction is pretty simple. This defense will hold them back from winning more than 5 football games in this season.
Okay. Let's jump to the Jaguars. Danny, we'll just start right back with you.
They are the division winner in the AFC South. Sorry.
Okay.
Bad game for Trevor Lawrence. Didn't play perfect. Didn't play great. I mean, he didn't play great. Let's just be honest. And they still won with flying numbers.
Yeah. My overreaction is that Travis Etienne is so unbelievably back. Probably one of the best games he's played in like 2 years. He looks very good.
What if he was just unhealthy? He was banged up for so long.
He was also just terrible. But you know my saying. If you're on the field, I don't care.
We do not care.
You deemed yourself healthy enough to go out there and be the best version of yourself, and if you suck, you suck. So,
fair enough.
Yeah. My other overreaction is that Trevor Lawrence is a concept. I'm afraid he might not actually be a. He'll always hover around that middle of the pack quarterback thing, but like the concept of him being one of the elites, it could just be a thought. It might just be a figment of imagination.
But like, could he be a Dak Prescott?
He could. He could also be Justin Herbert, but he's too busy being some mythical being from Narnia. He's not real.
Someone said he's with his child pregame. They said pregame's a great name.
Yes, I did see that. Chris, what about you? What's the overreaction for the Jaguars?
I think my overreaction, what was it? Oh, that I had one. Oh, that the defense is playoff ready. I think that's my overreaction. I like a lot of the names in that defense. I like Travis Hunter playing both sides of the football. I like what I've seen, and I'm a big Josh Allen fan for sure. I like a lot of guys over there on that team, on that defense, and I think they're a playoff defense to me. I think if the offense can get it together, keep it together, BTJ, ETN, Travis Hunter, Tootin, couple guys over there. I think if they can get it together and win it and get it together, I think that defense can be a playoff defense. I really like it. I think they'll grow more as the season goes on.
I like that one. I'm a fan of that one. Let's go to Raiders Patriots. Raiders' rare appearance in the 1 o'clock window. We can start with the Pats. We can start with the losers. I don't even know if I want to call this the overreaction. This is kind of just like I believe this, but Patriots won't be as good as much as people want to quickly crown Drake May and get them to the playoffs once again. I don't think their offense is that good. Relying on Keyshawn Boot as the wide receiver one is just not going to cut it, at least from a target standpoint. Won't. That's my opinion.
It will not.
He gonna cut it. Keyshawn Boot, the LSU betting man.
Ain't gonna get it done. That's what.
Chris, what's your overreaction for New England?
Everybody needs to pipe down, similar to yours. Like relax. The Travion Henderson. Ain't
How much I got to spend for you to pipe?
Like brother, relax. Like please calm it down. I was never the Drake May guy. Y'all remember when it was time for draft time and y'all was convincing me. I'm not saying he's ass or anything. Obviously, he's pretty good. But I don't see what everyone sees. Maybe my eyes are broken because I also thought Ken Reyes was going to be a good NBA player. Maybe my eyes are done. Maybe they're done. Maybe I'm and I'm still. First of all, I do
maybe the other two are Zion and
Don't worry about it. I'm still here. I watched
Jaden Daniels is RJ. Yes, that means he's the best of the three.
Don't you say that ever again. I will cut myself. But I do want to tell you this. I seen Cam Reddish hooping at Duke's pro run. I'm still believing. I know they were 19-year-olds, but who cares? I'm still believing. But yeah, that's my thing. I think they were too early to crown the Patriots. I don't think they're ready. I think they're a wide receiver 1 and 2 away from being ready. I like everything else about the offense, though, for the most part, or how it's shaping up to be. Hunter Henry's probably one of my favorite tight ends to watch. I really enjoy watching Hunter Henry. So, but yeah, I think people need to pipe down and give them another year or so. That's my I think.
Danny, what's your New England overreaction before we get to the Raiders?
I think that their defense is actually good. They're playing without their best player, and I think they're playing a very, very good Raiders offense and held them to 20 points. So,
yeah. Another thing I wanted to point out about New England's offense: Ramondre Stevens 7 carries, give it up. He's done. Trevion Henderson should not only be seeing the ball 5 times on a handoff. I mean, he got 11 touches. They got him involved. The pass game wasn't as successful, but definitely would like to see more carries from him. Let's talk about the Raiders. I can go first. My Raider overreaction. My Raider overreaction will be that this game, you're going to see a lot more of these games from Genty in this year. You're going to have a lot of sub 50-yard games, a lot of 2 yards per carry games from him. He's going to give you some 150s. Don't get it twisted, but he's going to have a very up and down rookie season because of this line and because of the level of competition. I think people do underestimate that jump. But we'll see him pop off a little bit. His touchdown was very tough, though. I did like that.
yeah, I think this Raiders team can make the playoffs. That's my overreaction. I was very high on the Patriots, and I think rightfully so. I think this Raiders team looks put together. The energy that Pete Carroll brings, the togetherness. I think football teams are all about being together, being a unit. And it looks like Pete Carroll has his boys together, so I think they can make the playoffs.
Chris, what's your Las Vegas overreaction?
Oh, fun fact: 4 new teams have made the playoffs every year in the last 37 years.
Good to know.
My Raider overreaction is pretty simple. Brock Bowers is the top 5 tight end by the end of the year.
Wait, he's top.
Brock Bowers is top 1 now.
He's top 2. He's top 2 right now, and you could probably say he's top 1.
Oh, I would say so too. I think he's at least, in my opinion, he's top 3. But I didn't know what the consensus was. I have him in my top 3. I don't even know what my top 3 on top of my head, but I know he's in it. But I think he's one of the elites.
It's got to be Kittle, McBride, and him.
He puts potential Kyle Pitts to shame.
Again,
the guy's a beast.
If I'm ever gonna give up on somebody, it won't be Kyle Pitts. If somebody gave up on Kyle Pitts, I must not be on this earth anymore.
If Kyle Pitts and Cam Reddish, there's only enough room for one of them on the boat. Who are you pulling up?
I'll jump in the water myself.
Y'all can have my spot. That's crazy. Oh my gosh. Oh man.
You going to dive in the water? Or you going to dive in the water and pull one out just to save
imagine Bo's there. I can use Bo to grab both of them because he's 14 feet tall. We win. I can't lose.
Well, let's go to Kyle Pitts' team for our overreaction. Danny, what's your overreaction for the Atlanta Falcons?
These targets, man, they're dropping back to the ball like 50 times. This man, Drake London, they need to find some other option outside of Drake London in the passing game that's not Kyle Pitts. Kyle Pitts is good, but like Drake London can't get 15 targets a game every single game.
Yes, he can on my fantasy team.
Man, says who?
Yes, he can on my fantasy team. You better not speak that guy.
I just think he's flat out good enough. He's good enough for
He
them.
is, but like, you don't run to the ground.
As long as it's not this year, we got a chance to bring it home.
My overreaction is My overreaction is Michael Penix Jr. is the third best QB in this class.
What if he's the second?
Overreaction / hot take.
I'll
What if
be
he's the second?
Third best quarterback in this class.
I'll stand and be convinced.
JD's 1, Caleb's 2.
No, Penix is 2. He's been 2.
He ain't 2. He had nearly as many turnovers as Caleb Williams last year, and he played like a quarter of the games. So I'll pass on that for now. But
We're done with the 90s.
I think he's been better than Nick. He's better than Nick's better than May. So
we're done with those 90s boys in Chicago.
Oh, wow, I was wild. I was like, they're done with the 80s. Get them losers out of here. I'm ready for my reaction. Are you ready?
Yeah, let's hear it.
Bijan is RB3 at worst in the NFL. And I'll tell you why. He can do everything. Run, catch. He caught a 50-yard pass. He looked Saquon-esque. Dare I say so myself. And I love him from Saquon. Saquon is RB1. Derrick Henry's RB2 until he fumbled the ball.
Saquon is athlete 1.
Saquon is player 1, first of all. He's player 1. But yeah, I think Bijan is RB3 at worst. I think he does everything that you need from a running back, especially in this era of football. He literally does everything. I think he picks up blitzes decently enough. I know I'm a huge Bijan fan, obviously. But I really think he's RB3. I think he's going to show that this year. I think it's the reason why in every fantasy draft you looked up, he was like 1. It was like him, Saquon. They were like 1, 2, and 3. Him, Saquon, and Gibbs. I think Bijan's RB3 at worst. He's going to have one of those really, really special years where I see 2,000+ yards from scrimmage. Like I see that type of year for him. Now I know Saquon did it and it was crazy. I can see it because I think to Tone, to your point, or when it was Danny, to your point, they can't throw it to Drake London 20 times. They're going to try to, but Bijan's going to get more and more of those touches as well. So I can see him continually getting those 90 yards on the ground, 60 yards in the past game. And I can see him getting close to 2,000. That's what I see for Bijan. That's my overreaction.
Yeah, I'm not mad at that at all. Let's Chris, swing right back around. What's your hot take or overreaction for the Bucs?
They may be a contender to go to that NFC Championship. And the only reason I say so, I love a good rookie wide receiver. I do.
I love Igbuka. I
do. And for him to be able to learn with and from Mike Evans, I don't think there's a better guy.
And Godwin.
And Godwin, knows his foot's floppy right now, but when that foot's back right all the way, yeah, I see it. I really like that. And Bucky
Igbuka offensive rookie of the year on the way. That's my hot take.
Yeah, I'm down. And Bucky and Rashad White, I think they're going to be a really good tandem. Bucky's an animal from Chicago, obviously. So what do you expect? But yeah, I think they could be a team that contends for the NFC Championship.
Yeah, I like those. My overreaction is Bucky Irving's going to be the fantasy bust of the year.
About the clap.
Yeah, just wasn't a fan of what he provided on Sunday. But not to get too deep on that. My other overreactions were about Igbuka, but I mean he's a baller, so go past that. So we have 2 more games we could probably go a little bit more into depth for, but there's 3 that I kind of just want to rapid fire real quick. Niners Seahawks. What's our overreactions for the Niners and Seahawks? You can say them both at once.
Niners are in trouble with their health and their consistency. And the Seahawks is that their offense needs some dire help.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, I kind of agree. I think the 49ers are in some trouble, offensively at least. And not because of Brock Purdy. Funny enough to believe, not because of Brock Purdy. And the Seahawks, per usual, they just don't move me. I'm overreacting. My overreaction to them is that they didn't get any better or worse. They pretty much stayed the same. That's my personal opinion on how they looked. I would never really believe in Sam Darnold. I hope he does well, but never really been a believer. I think they pretty much looked as mid as you can look, personally. It's my opinion.
Yeah, my overreaction is that Darnold was a huge overpay. I don't give that much money for someone to throw for 150 yards and no tutties. And then for San Fran, my overreaction is No, this because I do agree with you, Chris. I thought Purdy was probably the best player for the 49ers offense when he was out there. But giving him that money, my overreaction is that giving him that money is going to come to stab them in the back, because I don't think he's one of those quarterbacks who could take up that much of your salary cap and then go on to win you a Super Bowl. That's he's just not that level of player. But he did play pretty good on Sunday. Let's go to Broncos Titans. I'll start. Cam Ward, Rookie of the Year, Offensive Rookie of the Year. The stats won't pop out, but he was pretty poised. He was pretty accurate. I loved what he did for the Broncos. Sayonara to those playoffs, buddy. Because if Bo Nix is going to be looking like that, last year you got there because he had a Mac Jones-esque rookie season. This year, if he's a little bit more like himself, it's going to look pretty rough.
Yeah, I get my out the way quick. For the Broncos, kind of Tone's point, Bo Nix tricked y'all. Not me, but he tricked y'all. Not y'all. We tricked people.
Yeah.
I was and my overreaction with the Titans, I was correct. I think I did say Cam Ward Rookie of the Year, Offensive Rookie of the Year. I did.
I believe so. Yeah.
And I'm sticking with it. And I think it's because even though Calvin really forgot how to play football for about 40 minutes of the game, it almost gave his father cardiac arrest. If you saw it, almost killed Cam Ward's father, them not being able to catch the ball. But I think I think you can kind of pound to the overreaction is that Cam Ward was easily the number one pick in this draft for what the Titans needed. Not saying he's the best player, but I think he was the number one pick for them needing a quarterback who has special abilities. I think Cam Ward showed he has some of that.
Danny, what's yours for Broncos Titans?
This Broncos team. I know I said that one of the fun things I think they can make the Super Bowl. Not with this team, not with this roster. This offense needs help. They need Tyreek Hill if they want to make the Super Bowl.
Fair.
They need offense. I did like the Titans defense, but when it comes to the Broncos receiving room, and especially Evan Ingram being out likely for multiple weeks, dare I say, this team could easily fall off the face of the map.
Yeah. And we'll just spin it right back around to you for Rams Texans before we get into our last really good ones, and then we get into our last game.
Yeah, we never talked about Steelers Jets.
Well, we're getting there. Relax.
Rams Texans. Puka Nacua is top receiver in the NFL. My overreaction.
And then Texans.
This offensive line makes them not make the playoffs. They're bad. They're really bad.
That was mine. That was my overreaction.
They're so bad. They are so bad.
Can't do anything.
They got rid of their worst player, and the Eagles wound up cutting him, and they got worse.
Yeah, they got five Leles out there. That's what it looks like. 5 of them.
Bro said Lele, man.
They got five Leles out there.
Yeah, that's my same overreaction for the Texans, and then mine for the Rams is that Buddy Ball will not cut it if they want to win the West.
I agree with
have
that.
To find a way to get some other people involved. But Puka's going to.
Buddy Ball's not cutting it, but Puka having 10 catches for 130 after going out with the bloody head.
Put up something similar to what Cooper Kupp did a couple years ago. If this keeps up, so
here he did. You gonna do it again?
Yeah, he ain't never seen 1,900 yards.
Look, if Puka
low key
1,900 yards is
what does Puka have
really
to do for you to consider him better than CeeDee Lamb?
I mean, I could give you the worst bad faith argument right now that he's better than him, but he honestly it's just just go a better year than him. It's that simple. I think you play two different brands of football, so I'm not going to ask you to you do this better, but he does this better. They're two different guys, so kind of just got to go outperform him.
Buddy Ball, point on the way.
Yeah, I mean that's how you think CD is going to get his. So I mean, yeah. Chris, what about you for Texans Rams?
My reaction to Devontae Adams, you could have stayed somewhere else because you're not as important as Puka Nacua, unfortunately, brother. You could have went to another team that needed you a little bit more. That's my reaction. Yeah, sorry, guy. And then I forgot who the other team was that fast. Texans. CJ Stroud, Jeremy Lin run is over. Do I really think it's Jeremy Lin? No. But yeah, he's got to do something. And obviously we know the elements are reasons he Tank Dell can't stay on the field with injuries. He has me and my sister blocking for him on the offensive line. I get it. But he's got to do something. And sometimes when you're a special player, you're supposed to do special things before your team is special. That's just kind of how it works sometimes. And we're going to need some more specialness from CJ Stroud, or it's going to look like he had a Jeremy Lin run. That's my overreaction.
Yeah. I like that. Let's get into those Steelers-Jets. One of the highest scoring games of the weekend. Second highest game, scoring game of the weekend. Let's start with the Jets.
No one will start the Jets more.
I mean, who better to kick it off than Fields FC president here?
Fields FC president, Steelers hater FC president. Sorry, Danny, you're my guy. But I will say, we are so back. I know it was one game.
That's what we're here to overreact for.
It was our football, but boy, oh boy, when I watched Justin Fields high step into the end zone, the glorious heavens opened up, and I said, you know what? It was the Bears' fault the whole time. I don't even blame the Steelers. The Bears made the Steelers think Justin Fields was so bad, they had him in there running back, basically. I don't even blame the Steelers. But all I'm saying is that my overreaction is that when you tailor your offense to Justin Fields' skill set and what he actually does well while he's learning to do other things well, you can have success as an offense. Not saying you're going to win a bunch of games, but you can have success as an offense because he has special abilities. He runs the ball very well. He has better eyes than DeAndre Swift, I can tell you that right now, when it comes to running the ball. And he can make some good throws when he's locked in. And I think I saw that against the Steelers. Yes, they lost, but I think that's what I saw. And then I think my overreaction for the Steelers is they may be looking to get into the wild card at best because I still don't believe in Aaron Rodgers. He had a good game against the Jets. That was a motivated game. Yes, I agree for that. Signing Jabril Peppers may help just because I know they did need that spot filled, and I think that's a great person to fill it with as far as who's available. But yeah, I'll come back to this take at week 6, but I think Aaron Rodgers will be the reason why they are held back. I know the first game looked good against the Jets defense, but I still don't believe in Aaron Rodgers at all. And I think that's my overreaction.
Mine's the complete opposite. I think Aaron Rodgers is the reason the Steelers are elevated. The way he provides an aspect which the Steelers haven't had since Big Ben, and it's going to sound stupid. It's not even his arm talent. It's not how he moves. It is his brain. Aaron Rodgers' ability to kill plays, his order to get guys together at the line of scrimmage, he's leaps better than Russ and Fields in that regard. Fields obviously a better athlete. He can always probably honestly make every throw Rodgers can at this point in his career. But Rodgers' ability to just run the boot, run the play, kill plays, get the ball out fast, he had the fastest time to throw in the league this week. If he does that consistently, the Steelers win a lot of football games.
Yeah. And did you just want to get your Jets one out of the way before I go?
My Jets one is that Sauce Gardner's one of the 3 decent players in the Jets defense. And the other 2 are the other edge rushers. And one of the edge rushers and Quinn Williams. But
last chance, legend Jermaine Johnson, does he count?
He is he's the edge rusher.
That's my guy.
Will McDonald's okay, and Quincy Williams is okay, but outside of that,
yeah, I think that's totally fair.
And also, Sauce needs to chill off on these. They said, "Brother, where's my hug at?" penalties. You don't get called for that. He was hugging DK all game.
NFL corners work like NBA defenders. If you got the rep, they don't care. They're not going to.
I know. Stephon Gilmore won a decoy off of 1,000 holding calls. I've never seen it.
It's not like anyone else deserved it that year. So
you're right, but
yeah. My overreaction for the Steelers is they will be held back not by Aaron Rodgers, even though I fake believe that, I fake don't, like, that's a different situation. They will be held back because they have the worst running back room in the entire National Football League. I don't know how different it would look if Jaylen Warren would be their lead, tailback. Same thing with Caleb Johnson, but I mean, as long as Kenneth Gainwell's getting carries for them, they're not going to have a serious run game.
Welcome
No
home,
one
Tyler
will be
Algier.
threatened by that. No one's loading up the box to stop Kenneth Gainwell. This offensive line is, I don't want to say like they suck. They're bad enough, or they're not good enough to warrant blitzing to stop this run game. It's and with a running back like him, like they're very beatable. In the run success rate aspect of things, my Jets overreaction is Garrett Wilson's going to have a top 5 wide receiver season. This is the most in sync he's looked with a quarterback by far, and I wonder why. But those Ohio State boys looked great. Breece Hall looked great, and it wasn't a loss. And I'm a little concerned for the defense, but it's always fun to see Justin Fields in his element. This was, I think, the most surgical from a mechanical and processing standpoint. This was the best football game of his NFL career. There used to be times where he would drift in this pocket and eventually take big sacks, or he'd have to make some Superman play and get like a huge gain on his legs. He's stepping up, he's stepping to the side, he's stepping to the side and turning back and throwing across the middle to wide open dudes. This is the most zip on the ball that I think he's had since Ohio State. I don't know if he ended up taking the gloves off, but the gloves kind of worked for him in a little bit, so not sure what he's gonna do with that, but that's my stuff for those two. Real quick, we have Bears. We have the whole North. We have the whole NFC North before we get to our peak of the week game. So we have Lions, Packers, and then Bears, Vikings. Do we just want a quick rapid fire for all 4?
That's fine.
All right, let's go around the table. Let's start with the Packers.
Micah Parsons, DPOY. Packers top 3 defense in the league.
I like that.
Packers Super Bowl, making it to the Super Bowl. What's my reaction?
I like that. Mine was NFC Championship game.
Yeah.
Mine was NFC Championship game, so I like that.
Well, I was going to say that, but I already put the Buccaneers there, and I think it's going to be against the Eagles regardless, so I couldn't put both of them there. So I try to stay consistent.
I mean, hey, we overreact so hard that 3 teams are going to the Super Bowl from one conference, and the Chiefs have to beat all of them.
With Lamar Jackson. Excuse me, sorry.
Lamar Jackson get put down by Baker Mayfield in the Super Bowl, bro. I have no idea what to tell you.
You won't be able to talk to me anymore because I'll be somewhere in space.
All right, let's talk Lions.
Be a Ravens fan.
We'll serpentine this one. I'll go first with Lions. Their best case scenario will be a wild card team. Their absolute best case scenario. I don't see that best case scenario happen.
Ben Johnson merchants on offense. That's my overreaction. They were only Ben Johnson merchants. That's my reaction.
Are we including St. Brown? Because
I'm in St. Brown.
I'm in on that.
I'm in on that. I'm only person I'm excluding is 2 people I'm excluding, and that is D. Jahmyr Gibbs and Sam Laporta. Everybody else, Ben Johnson.
Sam Laporta might be the biggest merchant low key because he went from doing nothing at Iowa State to be or Iowa to breaking out with the Lions. But I always said I called Sam Laporta.
He had a good game yesterday. He had a good game.
I mean, someone had to, right?
Gibbs did. Fancy team knows it.
Danny, what's yours for Detroit?
My big thing. This team will be in the lottery pick next year. Picking lottery.
So NBA top lottery, 14. It's every team that doesn't make the playoffs. Are you saying they'll have a top 20 pick or a top 14 pick?
Top 14 pick.
Okay. There we go.
They finished 3rd in their division.
Let's talk Bears.
I think the Bears are not making the playoffs. I think they're the worst team in the division still. I think my overreaction is that Caleb Williams is the 4th best quarterback in his own draft class.
Wow. That's certainly an overreaction. That's so crazy because he's better than May. That's so crazy.
Who said I said May?
You want to put May ahead of him because you're a May meat writer.
May ahead of who?
Williams.
Caleb
May ain't better than Caleb Williams. Get the hell out of here.
Drake May ain't better than Drake Aubrey.
Drake
ain't better than Aubrey Graham.
Aubrey.
Chris, what's yours for
not
Chicago? And you can't default to like a Portillo's or Harold's. You have to talk about the Bears here.
But while I do have your attention, no, I'm joking.
This is a Portillo's ad, real quick.
It was literally about to be a Harold's ad. Caleb Williams is still a very good quarterback. It's okay because the same reason y'all gave up on Justin Fields, in the sense of not saying same skill set, he's working with a new coordinator, brand new offensive line. It's the first game. You wanted him to look like Patrick Mahomes in year 7. Unfortunately, that's not how it's going to look. He made some throws. He missed some throws. He looked way better processing as far as not taking sacks until third quarter than I think he got back to first year brain. I think I saw signs of improvement personally. And I think he's going to continue to improve. I think they need to hold their horses because they still do have a great quarterback in Caleb Williams. He's better than Rex Grossman ever thought or dreamed of being. He's better than Mr. Trubisky ever thought or dreamed of being today. And y'all stuck with him for 3 years plus. Give him a chance. Come on, man. And stop worrying about his nails. They aren't your nails. They aren't your nails. Your nails aren't painted. Just because his are, that does not make him a bad quarterback or make him any less of anything. That is what my own reaction.
It is funny he has the same nail tech as Angel Reese.
Kind of
yeah, that's what I was just about to say. I was just about to say that. I thought that was really cool. Probably the two most hated people in like sports at the moment, or on things that just are not related to their sport.
Yes,
nothing to do with their sport.
Yeah.
My overreaction, I have 2, and they're both about Caleb Williams. One is just because he isn't as good as he was marketed to be doesn't mean he's still not most likely better than 80% of young quarterbacks in the NFL.
Or won't be that good. Like, won't live up to being that. It's only like...
Yeah, like maybe he is kind of like Trevor Lawrence, where he'll only ever be a middle-of-the-pack quarterback, but he's still going to be... He's a good shot to be being better than most people's favorite quarterback. Or any other young talent that he's compared to. That's why the thing with like Penix or someone like online was like, oh, well, Penix is the top 2 quarterback from this class. I was like, well, no. Just he's been above expectation, but he hasn't been better than Caleb Williams. My big overreaction is if he does not fix his wardrobe on the football field, he is never going to be as good as he's marketed to be. The armband was fine. The sleeve, it was looking good. He was wearing calf sleeves. It looked good. And he wore literally a shirt you can find at Dick's Sporting Goods right under his jersey. He looked utterly horrible. That's bad. That's bad. Quarterback drip matters. You have to bare minimum look the part of how you're going to play.
Look at Justin Fields.
Yes. That was Justin Fields' best drippiest quarterback in the NFL, and that was his best look. 2 gloves, wristband, arm sleeve, and he balled out.
He has swag.
It's half the battle. It's really half the battle.
Yo,
if you have the aura, you're a lock for top 16.
JJ had aura.
JJ did have aura.
Let's get right into the Vikings. Let's get right into the Vikings.
A little bit of aura.
Right into the Vikings. JJ McCarthy will win the division.
Ooh, nice.
He will suffer the same thing in the playoffs as Sam Darnold did, but he will win the division.
He will suffer.
I'm going to tell you my overreaction, and as I felt this way for a while.
It's not an overreaction. That's a regular reaction.
But it's that the Vikings have the best coaching staff in the NFL.
I can get down with that. I can actually.
As a group, not just KOC. As a group, Flores, KOC. They have 2 head coaches.
Flores as a coordinator is is the biggest cheat code in arguably the entire NFL.
Yep.
They said, buddy, you did something to Tua, which he might have deserved looking back at it now.
Yo, because he was tough on Tua. Well, I forget what he exactly said. Let me not just say he was tough on him. Let me not.
Didn't he say something to the kicker too? Be like, shut up, or is that Urban Meyer?
I don't know. Urban Meyer is like the least respected legendary coach ever.
Yo, one of them Florida coaches said to the kicker, he was like, "Shut up, you're just a kicker." Told him that.
Sadly, they're right. But Chris, what's your Vikings overreaction before we get into the peak?
And I know he didn't have a crazy game. He didn't. And y'all know I love Jamar Chase. I really do. Justin Jefferson is wide receiver 1. I don't want that conversation to get too out of hand. I know Chase had a great year last year. Triple crown. Beautiful year. Beautiful. Justin Jefferson is still wide receiver 1.
Puka wide receiver 1. Oh no.
Justin Jefferson is the best football player on the planet. That's the
better than Saquon. Get that.
He's better than Saquon.
I think them two.
Saquon's line proof. Saquon is offensive line proof. Nothing in this game of football can hold back Justin Jefferson. You can send 3 at him. You could have a dude who picked up a football yesterday thrown into him. You could have the worst offensive line in the league. It does not matter. It doesn't matter who his number 2 wide running mate is. It doesn't matter who the tight. It does not matter. It doesn't matter. This dude is the best football player on the planet.
And I love, like I said, I want to get it. I love Jamar Chase. I think Jamar Chase is easily wide receiver 2, and it's a sizable gap between the next guy. I think those two are at the top.
I agree.
Justin Jefferson is 1. And I think I wouldn't say it's close. Like, I don't think Jamar Chase is a mile behind, but he's not in the conversation for 1. It's Justin Jefferson.
Wait, you don't think he's in the conversation?
It's like LeBron in his prime. Whenever we're talking about best in the world, LeBron or Kitty, LeBron or Steph, LeBron or James Harden, LeBron or Giannis, LeBron.
That's how I look at it. I look at it.
It's Jefferson Adams, Jefferson Hill, Jefferson Chase, Jefferson Lamb. Who's the common denominator? It's the best dude currently touching the pigskin right now.
I think there was a point where we did say Hill was better than Jefferson.
I've never once said Tyreek Hill was better than. I said Adams was better than a year 2 Justin Jefferson. After that, no. I've never thought Hill was better than Jefferson. I've rode those sails and stuck to my guns.
Streets are saying that Tyreek Hill is a Mahomes merchant. Thoughts?
Nah.
Well, his first 2 years in Miami were actually his best 2 years. So he's a functioning brain merchant. Maybe.
I'm not the part of the streets that said that. I was just reading. I'm like,
I hear what you're saying. I don't go to the streets.
Yeah.
I will say the one thing that Jefferson has, you know how Mahomes, best in the world, has his Mahomes. We have a Justin Jefferson.
We do have a Justin Jefferson. Yeah, and the best part about Jettas is that he makes a young quarterback's job so easy, especially accessing the middle of the field, which a lot of young quarterbacks can't do. McCarthy can do it because he's got Jesus in cleats running that dig route. So
Saquon and Jamar Chase don't got their names not no song. That's all I have to say.
But let's get into a new segment. This is the absolute peak of the show, and we're literally calling it Peak of the Week. It's going to be the best game that we agreed on this week, and this week it was not even close. Bills, Ravens, Bills win, an absolute thriller. They combined for 81 points in an absolute John Harbaugh classic. My overreaction for this week's Peak of the Week, I told this to them, John Harbaugh is, I'm so serious, Doc Rivers of the NFL. He constantly blows the lead. He's got that one title, that one legendary title that you just have to be one of these great coaches. And he happens to have that. And this is a loaded team. He's got superstars everywhere. Hamilton, Jackson. He has Henry. I want to call him a superstar, but Zay Flowers is really good too. He's got all this talent, and all he does is blow these big game leads and make poor decisions. 4th and 3, and you have someone who I regard as a top 3 football player in the world, and you don't trust him to get that because he was cramping. Well, if you don't stretch this and throw a 5-yard hitch to Mark Andrews, I'm about through with him, and I'm not even a Ravens fan. I don't know how Ravens fans are. I don't know how, he's been around so long, so we respect him, where some people we're genuinely sick of him. I am sick of him at this rate. Get Lamar Jackson, one of these young, white, offensive masterminds immediately. Get him Sean McVay.
Tonight.
That would be nasty.
John Harbaugh needs to go back to coaching special teams, because our special team sucks because he wants to be around other stuff. Go back to being to your calling. Be special teams guy.
Yeah, do that Nick Sirianni stuff.
My unfortunate take is I think Lamar Jackson is like I said, I've said this once and I said it again. I think he's going to be MVP of the league this year. I think the value. I think he's going to get the Josh Allen MVP.
From a value standpoint, I thought you were because when people say the Josh Allen MVP, that has other connotations to it. I know what you mean, though.
he's gonna get the most value to his team. Look, Mark Andrews looks like a cone out there. Can't even block right this year. It's going to be Lamar and Zay buddy ball with. I mean, you do have a best running back.
Hey, I'm not mad. I got Zay Flowers on my fantasy. So.
You do have a top 2 running back in the league. Just like,
yeah,
very helpful, very helpful. But there's a reason that Derrick Henry has produced the outcome so far for the Ravens at the age of 31. It's gonna sound crazy. He has tied for the most games with 150 yards after 30. They put a graphic up. All time, 7 games over 150 after the age 30. Absolute insanity. He's doing
only 31, so he's pretty sick.
There's doing things that longevity is just defying. He's gonna be a Hall of Famer one day, and there's a reason Lamar Jackson. He's providing this, and it's because if you watch, look, Henry's an absolute tank, and he's been this way since he was younger. But the lanes that Lamar creates, he's almost flawless. But I will say
Lamar has Nikola Jokic level gravity. That's like
he does.
The best way I can think about it.
Lamarvelous.
Exactly. What'd you say? Great ball?
Great ball. That's what I'm
calling
it now. Great ball.
Great ball. G8 ball. Or GR8 ball. Great ball.
And I do think that DeAndre Hopkins will be a non-factor for them moving forward.
Yeah, catch was genuinely what dude say? Lucky shot from a bum. I do feel that way.
You gonna tell me he's dropping crossers in the Super Bowl, but he's making one-handed catches like he's back in 2018?
I'm so out.
He's been waiting to play with 8 for like 5 years now. He's gonna give us his best.
He needed one highlight for his outstanding mixtape.
Bro, he's having the best year in a while.
Chris, every unk has a couple highlights on the Ravens. Sean Jackson got it one.
Yeah, but I'm trying to tell
even got one.
Hop been waiting on this moment. I think he plays. Great is going to be subjective for what he's going to give. I think he's going to be really, really good. I think he's going to be good.
He's just going to be another unk that plays the rate. We got Aguilar. You got Odell went there. Come on.
Anquan Bolden.
You know why they keep signing these unks?
Because we have the fountain of youth, but we traded for John.
Steve Smith worked. Steve Smith signed to them after so many years with the Panthers, and he was good. He was real life good.
Very good.
And they keep thinking they can do this. Not everybody, Steve Smith.
Somebody will be. Everybody not, but somebody. We're going to keep trying.
Well, let's get to Chris's overreaction for Baltimore, because I'm sure.
Chris, what's your thoughts on Bateman? I don't think about overreaction. What's your thoughts on Bateman? Because Bateman can't do nothing in the Ravens.
Bro, sometimes I just forget he's on the field. And I think it's they, including Lamar. I think sometimes I just forget he's out there. He separates. He definitely gets space. He's open. They just have other people that they'd rather go to first, in my opinion. That's why I wouldn't have paid him. Not because I don't think he deserved the money because he wasn't good enough. I just don't think I would have paid him because I don't think he's going to get the reps, like to prove the money he got. Because I'd rather go to Derrick Henry, Zay, Mark Andrews, or likely before Bateman. I would. I don't think he's bad, but I just rather would go to them first. If I'm
you're Tylan Wallace off the field too.
Yeah, please get him off my team because every time I see him on the field, it pisses me off that he only does kick returns good. Everything else ass.
You telling me he false started?
Bro, no. First of all, can you believe he ran a jet sweep on 3rd and 23?
Do you have any ties to Brian Johnson by any chance?
No, we have ties to Harbaugh in the Shadow Realm because that's where his brain is, unfortunately.
Brian Johnson's right down the road. We'll say that we're down the road.
But I will say this.
That's true.
My overreaction for the Ravens is that the season is not over. You've been a Ravens fan for as long as I have. You know that this game happens once a year. At some point. It happens once a year. Now, hopefully we got it out the way. Hopefully we got out the way early. It doesn't happen again later. But this happens. Somehow. I'm not going to sit here and say I'm not happy that it wasn't Lamar Jackson who fumbled the game away. I'm not going to sit here and say that because now I have a little bit of ammo to put into my pocket. But I will say that the season's not over. I'm not going to say they go 16-1, but They probably might have lost. They probably lost the division in that one, but still make the playoff. They still make some noise. I don't think it's the season's over. I don't think it's just fire Harbaugh today and do that. Like, no, not yet, not yet. It was just something that happened. I'm not going. It shouldn't have happened, but it did. I think you move on from it. The more you dwell on it, the more you start thinking like, oh, what we could have done. We could have. It was 40-25, which means they played a good enough game to win the game. They jagged it at the end. Yes, everybody jagged it. Players, coaches, everybody jagged it. But they were 40-25 on a really good Bills team, MVP of the league, Josh Allen. I think that proves that it's the good team we thought. That's my overreaction.
One quick thing before we move to the Bills. I did just want to note, that's not really an overreaction. The Ravens significantly upgraded at a kicker, which is huge.
Yes.
Yes, Rook's not bad. Rook doesn't touch people.
Yep.
Good player to have
lost in the game though,
and he's got a college kicker number. That's what it's all about.
And
he's got a college kicker number. He's saying, "Look, I'll just take what's not available. I'm not taking 9. I'm not taking 5 from somebody. That's a good player's number.
I will say this though:
we get 33. We're gonna rock out.
If Jalen Armour-Davis was on that team, if Jalen Armour-Davis was on that team wearing number 5, he 100% could have took that jersey off his back. I'll tell you that right now. I would have got it for him. I'd have drove up there and got it for him. If you wanted to for Jalen Armour-Davis, you can have it.
Respect number 9 as a kicker.
No. Kickers do not deserve those good numbers. You're gonna wear 98 and you're gonna like it. You're gonna wear 56, dude. I don't care. You're wearing 39. You do not deserve a single-digit number.
Chris Boswell is one of the 9 best kickers, 9 best players on the Steelers. So,
okay, here's the thing with Chris Boswell. Chris Boswell doesn't touch people. He can wear whatever he wants. He is the most stone cold dude on the face of the planet, seemingly. 60 yards for the win. That dude is sick. All right, he can do what he wants. Someone who's missing 40% of their kicks, take that 9 off right now. Take it off. Yeah, we could have that for Isaiah Likely. Why is bro wearing 44? That's stupid. Get him some real drip. I'm sick of this. Drew Brees once donned that great number. All right, not anybody should be wearing that. That goes for every team. Okay. But let's talk about the Bills, though, because this will be the last bit of the episode. My Bills overreaction is they just locked up the 1 seed.
That's what I said
September to remember. It will be remembered in January because they will be sitting nice and comfy on that bye week, awaiting whichever team's going to get spanked. That's
exactly what I said preseason. I said that.
Yeah.
I said that.
That was a good take. That was a good take.
Winner of the Sunday Night Football game will be the one getting the 1 seed. And I thought the Chiefs were going to be better than they are. I think the Chiefs aren't going to be as good as they are. But
Chargers win in the West.
I do think this Ravens team still wins 13 games. But I think that my overreaction from the Bills team is going to be the same exact thing that people think about the Steelers. This Bills defense is no better than the Steelers defense.
That is something that people are just. They did give up 40 points. People do have to realize that.
The Ravens scored on defense. No, they gave up 40 points.
Yeah, you get 4 points though.
Well, you get 40 points in 42 minutes of football, or maybe 48.
Yeah, just about.
The Ravens, they felt like they slowed down. If they keep their foot on the gas.
That's true, but John Harbaugh is a coward.
I will say one thing about the Ravens. I do want to note. They say someone said Jalen Hurts never loses that game.
Hey, don't be like that. Don't be like that. I'll assure you some. We probably don't put up 40 points either because we're peak playing to our competition.
Jalen Hurts has won 0 games in his career when his opponent scores. I'm a Hurts FC guy. More than 35 points.
I mean, how many instances?
Joe Burrow, you didn't even get the chance. For real.
Yo, Ravens Bengals. You got 38-35 incoming twice this year.
40 a banger every time.
Remember that.
I will say this though, unlike last year's games, if the Ravens do cause a turnover, it's just going to turn into a slaughterfest immediately. because the Bengals will have zero chance against this Ravens offense.
Jair Alexander against Jamar Chase.
Let me tell you this right now. If Jair Alexander was out there dressed like
a Roblox character, bro.
He had 2 birthday bags in his shoulders. He had absolutely zero drip. He might as well have on number 61. Because why are you taking him number 23 if you're going to dress like Waterboy? Why was his shoulder bag?
That's a good take. Like Marlon Humphrey. Marlon Humphrey kind of dresses the same way, but he wears 44. No one cares.
Yeah, and Marlon Humphrey has those weird sideburns like Starsky and Hutch. Nobody expects anything good from him. He's terrifying.
Yeah, Marlon Humphrey will spend half of the year being the worst corner in football and the other half being all pro. So take that for what
he talks the most crap on Twitter I've ever seen.
I love it.
Marlon Humphrey is a necessary Twitter presence in the NFL.
He's hilarious, low key.
Yo, what did he say about what did he say about the food?
He's the Brent Rooker of the NFL. If you know, you know.
Yeah.
Chris, what's your Bills overreaction?
That this win was more bad than good for them. And the reason I say that, people are acting like, oh, the Bills did. Yes, we know the Ravens choked games away, but the Bills defense gave up 40. Now I know it is the Derrick Henry
40 of them things
led offense. It is. I do understand that. But I think this will be worse more bad than good for them. And I think it's because you saw a couple of their receivers make some plays towards the end. Michael, outside of James Cook and Josh Allen, I don't trust them. Keon Coleman had a couple good plays. Khalil Shakir, he still got to get back going after that ankle sprain. Still don't trust him.
Dare I say, the Bills
I don't trust him.
Play a mini version of the Ravens in week 2.
Who they play?
Who do they
the
play?
Jets.
Yo.
Justin Fields is my glorious king, but don't
talk about he's a mini Lamar, bro. There's
don't even there.
JD5 is the mini Lamar at the moment.
I know you're saying that. What I'm saying is elite running ability, ground and pound running back, and Breece Hall looked really explosive.
If you put Breece and Braylon together, then they are Derek, but they need Henry. They need Henry still. They're Derek.
They need Atari.
Yeah. But I'm talking about Garrett Wilson clears every receiver in the Ravens room.
Is he that much better than Zay?
Respect Demontez Walker.
Yo, time out. Shout out Tez Walker. Passed me a class in college.
Hell yeah.
Shout out to him.
You know who's great on the tell me why Jeremy Ruckert and Mason Taylor were hooping on the Jets.
Jeremy Ruckert, not bad Madden player.
I do want to say though, while I agree Wilson's better than Flowers, I do have to say that the production has been similar. I do have to note.
I love Zay Flowers.
I have to be that guy.
I was just trying to say the Jets are going to pose a very similar offensive scheme and style that the Ravens usually bring to the table this week.
The problem is that Kyle Hamilton, while alone by himself, can't wreak havoc for Josh Allen. He could probably ruin Justin Fields' entire month because he could genuinely give him nightmares.
No, I'm saying
hope not. Hope we get another banger.
The Ravens play the Browns. I'm saying the Bills play the Jets.
No, you forgot.
Oh, my bad.
The Jets do have Brandon Stevens now. And I want y'all to know, it wasn't just me. Y'all seen it. Brandon Stevens is not a good football player when the ball's in the air. Before the ball's in the air, really good corner. When
he got head tapped by a guy that's shorter than me.
That
is pretty brutal. Getting head tapped by someone who's the same height as Kyler Murray.
Look, I love Calvin Austin, but you got head tapped by Calvin Austin. Now you didn't get burnt. You got head tapped.
But he was with them until the ball's in the air. He lost it.
One thing I do want to say about the Bills, Keon Coleman is he put out the biggest indicator he's going to be a wide receiver 1. Did you all see his Jesus necklace? Jesus chain. That thing is gorgeous. He is bound. He is bound to be a wide receiver 1 this year. That thing is so beautiful.
What if I told you Keon Coleman?
What did they say? They said that is a mythical Jesus piece.
He's George Pickens extreme with less CTE.
Somebody said that the Jesus.
He takes all that energy and it's all positive. He likes fishing. He likes golfing. He's Tiger.
How do the Bills find all the fishing loving country boys.
I don't
Josh
know.
Allen, Ed Oliver. Is he a horse whisperer?
I couldn't tell you. All that, and they have city boy Deion Dawkins. But
Here, athlete, by the way, great basketball player. Keon Coleman's a great basketball player.
He's
Not
a
just the
hooper.
highlights.
Sure.
Keon Coleman's a great basketball player. Michigan State, he played at Michigan State. Like played, not just on the team. He got real minutes. Keon Coleman's a really good basketball player.
Yeah.
Athlete.
But
Bills.
that's pretty much everything we have for the episode. This probably will be the longest episode of the season, most likely, because we wanted to talk about every single team, get everybody's team some love. But next week we'll probably, recap, probably half of the games we did this time in a little bit better detail. But again, if you're watching this on YouTube, leave a like, subscribe to the channel. And audio listeners, make sure you leave a like, 5-star review, download the episode. We'd really appreciate it. From AP New Freezer, Culture by Migos, DC Comics. Thank you guys for tuning in, and we'll catch you guys next time.